You like games?
I like games. Let's talk about games. Oh shit. No Man's Sky is well known for having one of the most catastrophic launches in all of gaming history, rivaled only by the likes of Cyberpunk 2077 and similar releases. But as always, there is still good news. Much like its failed release brother Cyberpunk 2077, No Man's Sky has made an amazing return. This entire time since launch, the team has been dedicated to making the game that they promised everyone, and they have been doing exactly that and then some. It is phenomenal, and that continues recently with their recent update, the Echoes update. First, we have the autophage. These are robotic aliens who have existed the entire time, canonically speaking. They have just been this hidden robotic race. They have their own language, they have their own mysteries and rituals of which can get you some special items. There's even a new, two-handed multi-tool, and it's a, rite of passage for their people making their first one of these, and it is a new class of multi-tool. Speaking of new multi-tools, we have the new Atlantid class multi-tools. They have hundreds of different variations. You find them in ancient monoliths, and they apparently have runic nanite tech. And that's really neat. I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. Nanite tech is pretty neat. We also have some fun little things like holographic museums. You can get wonder projectors and you can showcase things like fauna and flora, a creature that you particularly like. You can have a little holograph of the little guy in your base. That's pretty nice. Back to the multi-tools for a second. There's also a way that you can just completely scrap them. So if you have a really big collection of multi-tools, you can do multi-tool salvaging. Now you can become a multi-tool salvage hunter. And so you can dismantle your surplus weaponry and you get stuff for it, which is pretty neat. That way, if you get a better multi-tool, your old one doesn't become completely obsolete. You can actually, get some use out of it. So, yeah. Back to our favorite robot boys. The autophage have a bunch of interesting rituals, like I mentioned before, that you can take part in, and those can earn you various robot-based customizations, and you can make your entire character a robot boy. Or you can mix and match with all your other existing customization options. So you can learn all of that, you can learn their entire language, and just become autophage, basically. Detroit, become autophage. Now for the part I'm most excited about, because this is what I've wanted to do literally since I first played this game, and I was upset that I couldn't. Combat has been completely reworked. We have simple things like ships being able to divert their power to certain systems, so if someone starts zooming away from you, you can put all power to thrusters and after them. And it's really, really fun. Maximum engaged. Of course, this means alternatively, you can also direct power to shields if you're taking a bunch of hits and need to get away, or divert power to weapons if you know you have the drop on someone and you just want to finish them off before they can even fight back. This extra strategy is going to be very useful coming up in the new dreadnoughts. Outlaw dreadnoughts are basically massive outlaw freighters. And this is really interesting because freighters can now be entirely destroyed. It's not a matter of just damaging them to try and get some stuff. You can destroy the entire thing and go and loot each and every cargo pod. I've wanted to do this for so long now. And this includes the new pirate freighters, the dreadnoughts. You basically pull a Star Wars. You get to go into the superstructure and you get fired at by all kinds of stuff. And you can either take out that stuff prematurely, or you can just try and dodge it and fly through, and you pull a Star Wars. I can't explain it any more simpler than that. You pull a Star Wars. It's amazing. And now, given that outlaws have their own freighters and are improvements to freighters, letting you, really kind of do combat better, especially in fleets and what have you. If you become an outlaw, you have outlaw reputation now. So you can impress the outlaws of the universe, and you can get dreadnoughts or outlaw freighters and bring them into your fleet, which is really cool. I am about to become a menace to the galaxy in VR. It's going to be awesome. Small note, because I misspoke a little bit, which is kind of embarrassing because I have the patch notes literally right in front of my eyes. I'm literally looking at them on camera. So, but you don't get the dreadnoughts after you destroy the dreadnoughts. Its support fleets, which are the frigates, which you would normally add to your fleet. You can recruit them, the desperate survivors of your horribly malicious attack against their dreadnought. You destroy them, you leave them in ruin, and the support craft frigates will be like, hey, I'm sorry. Please, please don't murder me. I will work for you if you spare me my life. Damn, it's really like capitalism, huh? There's a bunch of really neat stuff here about like autophage lore stuff. And I'm really not wanting to say it here because I want this to be stuff that you can discover. But autophage have a bunch of like hidden stuff around, which is really neat. And like there's a bunch of story content. There's a lot of story and narrative and exploration to go do. So this seems pretty cool. Also, apparently the dreadnoughts will try to run away, but you can break their fucking kneecaps, aka destroy their warp drives to stop that from happening, which is pretty great. Last thing, because the autophage have this whole ritual of making their own multi-tools, you now as a traveler can take part in that. You can find components and build yourself your own handmade multi-tool that does exactly what you want it to. I think that's also super, super sick, and I cannot wait to make myself a two-handed multi-tool for VR. I'm downloading this game again now, expeditiously. It's downloading as I'm recording. It's not even, I didn't even wait to record this first. It's downloading. It's probably done already. I'm going to go play now. Have fun. Goodbye.